Hello, everybody. Hope you're excited for another episode of Scary Stories. I wasn't planning on doing another one of these yet, but everyone liked it a lot, and I didn't really have a plan on what else to do right now because of the timing and stuff. So I'm just gonna do this again. I'm probably gonna do 2 or 3 videos this time because this one's a little shorter, So hopefully you enjoy this. I am gonna get back to Terraria and stuff like that. I just not right now. I'm more into the scarier stuff just because that's just what I'm doing at the moment. But I will be doing other stuff, so, feel free to stick around. Let's just get into it.
Number 4. This happened during a Boy Scout campout when I was 15. My friend, who was supposed to share the tent with me, called out from the trip at the last minute, so that meant I had to pitch the tent and sleep in it alone. The sun was going down, and after a long day of hiking, we got back to camp to set up our tents. It was already dark at that point, and I was still trying to set it up. It wasn't as easy doing it yourself.
Camping is horrifying. I just thought I had to put that out there.
Someone came over and finally helped me, and then we ate dinner. After the cliched telling of
Probably
scary
hot dogs.
stories around the campfire, we all went to sleep. I guess I was a little happy that I had my own tent at that point, since I had more.
That's not a good idea. On a trip, you don't want to have your own tent. That's horrifying. Just trust me. You don't want to have your own tent. Just.
Room. I fell asleep quickly, but woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of somebody stomping around my tent. I immediately assumed it was another scout going to take a leak or something. You may be thinking that all our tents were pitched right next to each other, but our scoutmasters actually had us pitch our tents far apart, so I was pretty far from my closest scoutmates. The stomping around the tent seemed to just be going around in a circle, so at that point, I was sure somebody was messing with me. I asked who it was, and in response to that, they stomped off into the woods.
You do not know that person. There's no way you know that person if they ran away from you.
I almost found myself going out and following them,
That's stupid. Why would... Never mind.
but I figured it wasn't worth it, and just tried to fall back asleep.
There you go.
But after that, it was hard to. Sure enough, the stomping came back, and started circling the tent again.
Man.
I was pissed off now, so I got up and unzipped the door to the tent. I was expecting to see another scout, but when I confronted the person making the noise, instead I saw a grown man, probably 6'5", in his mid-30s.
Jesus.
My heart was racing and I couldn't even gather up the courage to scream. The man gave me a creepy smile, and then brought his finger to his lips, signaling for me to be quiet. I did a quick 180 and sprinted to my scoutmaster's tent, screaming like a baby. He ran out before I even reached the tent, and I told him about the man I saw. He and the other scoutmaster ran over to my tent with one of the hunting rifles, but they didn't find the man. They did, however, pick up on the tracks the man left walking around the tent. We were all told to bring our tents closer together, like literally right on top of each other. The trip was cut short the next day, and we all went home.
Good idea. Good choice.
I have never gone camping since, and I never will again.
Woo!
Number
You got
3.
PTSD from camping.
So me and a couple of my buddies went camping last summer alongside the Willamette River. We actually had a decent hike into the deep end of woods. We did some night fishing, listening to music, and basically drank to the point where everything was funny later in the night. I would guess we finally called it a night somewhere past 2 a.m. I shared a tent with one of my buds, while the other two shared another tent. We heard them laughing about something. At first we laughed at the sound of their laughing, but it soon got annoying and we yelled for them to shut up. One of them responded, "It isn't us."
Oh.
I sat up, startled at the response. I came to
Shocker.
realize that it was the sound of only one person laughing, and it didn't sound like either one of my friends.
That's a witch, buddy.
Even in my drunk state, I realized how odd it was for somebody to be out this far in the woods so late at night. The laughing gradually got closer and louder to our campout. My friend shot up and looked at me with a worried look on his face. I heard my other friends scream over to us that they were getting freaked out.
Now I got the habit of just looking around my room, seeing if there's this little giggling dude in my room. Ooh, I don't like it.
As the laughing got even closer, I could make it out very clearly to be the laugh of a male,
That don't sound
probably
like
in
a
his
male.
30s or 40s. He sounded like he was as drunk as us, messing around with friends, but we only heard his laugh, nobody else. There was
Yuck.
something indescribably creepy about his laugh, too,
It sounds
as if it was
horrifying.
missing something to it. You had to be there to understand what I mean.
I don't know.
The laughing was now just at the edge of our campsite.
Ew, why'd it get louder? Gross.
But we couldn't hear any footsteps at all. Now that may not seem like a big deal. It was impossible to move through that without making noise. And finally, all of a sudden, the laughing stopped completely. We had no idea where whoever that was standing, as he hadn't made a single stepping sound. We sat there in silence looking at each other. My friend was clearly freaking out, but he was keeping it together the best he could.
I'd be horrified too.
Finally, something broke the silence. The sound of something rubbing against the cottony fabric of the tent. We saw the outline of a hand through the moonlight, pressing on the tent. We both screamed at the top of our lungs before getting out of the tent. We ran as fast as we could through the woods, our other friends following us. After about 5 minutes of running, we somehow found our car. I actually puked from running so much before taking the wheel. I don't condone drinking and driving, but I still believe we were just in this situation. By far the most horrific experience of my life. No idea who or what the hell that was, or what they wanted.
You probably don't want to know.
Number 2. After college, I went backpacking in the Canadian wilderness for a few weeks by myself. To put this in perspective, I was in the middle of nowhere. The nearest town was a 3-hour bus ride away, and I only saw one other person, who was from a distance. He was in a canoe, during the entire 7 days. I brought a few disposable cameras with me, as this was before digital cameras were too widespread. I took a lot of pictures. When I got home, I had them developed and took a look at them.
I really like Polaroids. I feel like Polaroids are probably better than, like, online photos. I don't know if that's weird, but I don't know. I really like Polaroids.
The pictures were standard nature shots, until I got about halfway through my first camera. There were 2 pictures of me asleep in my tent in my sleeping bag. I literally freaked out when I saw it, and I had a complete breakdown. To this day, I have no idea how those pictures got taken. I haven't been camping since, and I sleep with my door open and my curtains shut, and I still get the paranoid feeling that whoever took those pictures is still watching me somehow.
Ooh, that's
Number
a
1.
creepy thing to say.
My boyfriend and I decided to go out to
Pause.
the gorge for some quality time camping. We had always gone with several other people, but this was the first time it was just us two. When we got out of our car to prep our gear for the mile hike back to the camping spot, 2 sketchy-looking dudes came out of the trailhead, eyed us, and went back onto their old-school Volkswagen camper van. I had a weird feeling, but shrugged it off and proceeded back to our camping spot. I had previously camped in the same area a handful of times, and I knew it pretty well. Once we got back there, I knew of a handful of different camping spots, and proceeded to check them all out for the one that would be ideal for us. I noticed what looked like someone camping further up the hill, so I picked a spot a little further down where we'd most likely be out of sight. Not out of earshot though, as I heard him yelling with someone else back over on the trail. It was starting to get dark by the time we got everything set up, so I figured I'd start looking for firewood. Suddenly, this guy appears out of nowhere and asks us if we'd like any help, and offered to sell us a bundle of firewood for $10.
Don't need. Damn.
I laughed
Don't need
because
help.
we were in the woods, thus surrounded by wood, which I could pick up off the ground for free.
Facts.
He then said that I wouldn't find much because they'd already cleared it out over the past few weeks.
Yeah, that's probably not true.
Few weeks? I asked him how long he'd been camping up there, and he said almost a month. I already had the creeps about him, and he claimed he was up there by himself. I asked him why I heard him yelling with someone then, and that he had referred to more people when he was talking about the wood. He stammered and was like, yeah, there's some dudes I know camping over there up on the other side of the river. Then he proceeds to tell us that he's been lonely since he arrived. He was from Pennsylvania, took a bus to Lexington, and had been living in the woods back behind where I currently work. I knew exactly where he was talking about, because I saw some homeless people, immigrants, and drug addicts coming in and out of those woods every day. So basically, he was a homeless man who somehow got a ride out to the gorge and decided he would just live there instead. He had been living on snakes, bugs, and selling firewood for money.
That's a good
But
life.
he said we were the first people he'd
I'm
seen in
joking.
a few weeks. His stories were all over the place, and I knew he was lying about a lot of what he told us. He wasn't alone even if he claimed to be. He even took us to his camp where there were tons of stuff for several guys, not just one. He said he liked camping up top where he could see everything, and everyone. Then showed up our campsite. He had a straight shot view. By now it was dark and he helped us get a fire going. I was trying to politely get him on his way back up the hill so I could have a minute to process all of this. When he left, I started whispering to my boyfriend that there was no way in hell I could sleep with that lying, sketchy, homeless creep right up the hill. We didn't have a gun, knife, or even a dog to protect ourselves if we needed to. My boyfriend somehow convinced me to stay a little longer, so we planned to stay the night. But all throughout the night, we heard twigs and branches snapping around our tarp.
Yeah, you just know. There's no shot I'd stay. There's no zero shot.
As if somebody was watching us. It was that man. I knew it was. He was standing out there, watching us.
And then the music comes
I said
in.
let's quietly get our shit together and get the hell out of there. Which we did, only we left our new tarp set up because they would make too much noise and he'd know we were leaving. As soon as I stood up with my pack, ready to get the hell out of there, he yells, "Leaving so soon?"
Oh, hell
We
no.
proceeded to get away from there as quickly as possible. The most disturbing thing, as we were getting away from there, the man yelled for us to come back. That only made us go even faster. In my mind, we were either getting robbed, raped, killed, or something, because he was not alone. His stories didn't add up, and his background of where he came from made me believe he was running from something and was trying to hide by living off the grid. I called the Rangers the next morning and told them about him. Luckily, all he got from us was a set of new tarps.
You're crazy if you think I'm staying there. You're insane. You know, absolutely. And here we go. Another Nuke's top 5. Shorter one, 13. You know, last one was 10. This one 13. So I think we watch this one, and then there's the video for the day. Simple as that. Let's go. Top 5. Dance that'll make you.
The Ritual and the Wardrobe. Paolo and Debbie from the popular Italian
What's up,
YouTube channel
Paolo?
PIT, Paranormal Investigation Team. Paolo and Debbie from the popular
Paolo.
Italian YouTube channel The Ritual and the Wardrobe. Paolo and Debbie from the
What's up, Paolo
popular
and Debbie?
Italian YouTube channel PIT, Paranormal Investigation Team attempt a ghost summoning in an old house.
Bad idea.
Allegedly, if done correctly, this ritual is said to summon any supernatural entity residing in a home.
I will never do that for the day until the day I die. Never doing that.
The summoning requires one person to sit inside a closed space, like a wardrobe, in the dark, with nothing but a few matches for light. If the summoner hears anything abnormal, they light a match immediately and chant the sentence, quote, "Show me the light or leave me in eternal darkness."
That's stupid.
So, somehow, Paolo convinces his girlfriend Debbie to attempt the strange ritual inside a small, cramped wardrobe in the old house. It did not go well.
Yeah, you think. Oh, Paul.
Credo che ci sia qualcosa qua nell'armadio con me.
Vuol dire che funziona.
Prossima volta devo prendere dei fiammiferi un pochino più lunghi. Sei qua?
Is this French?
Paolo?
Oh,
Mi sembra che stia grattando alla parete.
grattando.
Te lo giuro, ho sentito...
Tu ti rendi conto che io non sento niente di qua?
Senti?
No, ora lo sento forse.
That's gotta be fake.
Paolo,
Oh,
sta grattando.
ok. Hai sempre il fiammifero acceso.
Sto continuando ad accenderne, durano pochissimo. Secondo te cosa vuole? Cosa farà?
E questo non lo so, sono curioso.
Crazy, dude. Yo, lady, hop in this cab and hit. Absolutely not. What's gonna happen when she flicks a new one? Gonna be a ghost? Oh, Jesus.
Cosa? Riaccendilo.
He's just not even opening the door. He's like, nope, sorry, you're stuck.
Riaccendilo la luce. Accendi la luce, chiudi la mano, Cos'è sto profumo?
Sono i fiammiferi. È l'odore dei fiammiferi.
Ah, ok.
Oh, Jesus. That
Quindi,
scared me.
cosa è successo? Che ti ho
Allora-
sentito urlare praticamente 2 volte.
Allora, la prima volta mi sono spaventata perché mi ha alitato nell'orecchio.
Ok.
Ok? E ho sbattuto la mano dallo spavento. Guarda, mi sta venendo un livido. Guarda,
Ma veramente, guarda che roba.
mi sta venendo un livido alla mano, raga.
Non lo vedono, guarda.
Cioè,
Così si
non
vede.
sto scherzando, mi sono fatta
Sì,
veramente
sì.
male. Cioè, non lo vedete, ma
Sì, si
tutto
vede.
qua. Che mi sta... Guardate,
Baby.
mi sono fatta malissimo. Veramente malissimo.
E
Mi
poi
sono
perché
fatta
adesso hai
veramente
urlato?
male. Perché mi sono sentita qualcosa che mi toccava la spalla. Che mi toccava la
Non posso
spalla.
riaprirlo perché...
Sono spaventata.
Debbie starts to freak out, and she feels like someone might be inside the wardrobe with her.
I would've
Then
freaked out
suddenly a
too.
hand grabs her shoulder.
Oh,
In a panic, Debbie
I didn't see that last time. I think that was just their boyfriend.
flees the small wardrobe and ends the summoning. So could it be that this cryptic ritual brought out a dark supernatural entity? Let me know down in the comments. Run. Japanese paranormal investigator Takuuchi from the YouTube channel Takuuchi Camera travels to the old abandoned Shiriwa village in Japan.
Adds camera to his name. That's kind of clever.
The village is now a ghost town. It has been completely abandoned for over 28 years. Centuries-old graves of former residents can be found hidden away between the decaying homes.
That's kinda
Locals
cool.
like to say that these days, the only residents of Shiriwa village are the dead. In the dark of night, Takuchi
Probably.
begins to hear unnerving sounds coming from all around him as he explores. He starts to get a little freaked out and decides to take out his thermal camera
A little? Just a little, though.
to get a better look at what could be hiding in the dark. What he sees shocks him to his core.
めっちゃ、周りからバチバチ音聞こえるから
What does he hear?
気づかれてないは
Or
ず
sees? I don't know.
よしほらほらほらほらほらほらあなんか来てるなんか来てるちょっと待ってちょっと待っ
It's the light right there, bud.
てなんかおるなんかおるちょっと待ってほら
Oh.
なんかおるなんかおるマジほらマジマジマジマジマジマジマジほらなんかおるなんかおるなんかおるなんかおるなんかおるってほらちょっと待って近づいてみようか
No. Unless you want to die.
気づかれてない
Oh, we can't see you getting close. Oh, yeah, we can. Never mind.
よし
Oh, that is cool. That's cool editing.
ほらおるから完全におるなんかマ
Looks
ジ
like a
マ
dude
ジ
crouched in the corner.
完全におるよしよしよしいけいけいけいけ今今よし今はいチーズ
Good one, bud.
ちょっと待って
Yeah, you got something.
いけた取れたか取れたかあれちょっと待って何も映ってない
I'm not surprised.
明らかにおるなんかおるマジでおる
Probably
マ
not.
ジでおる
I'm
マ
not
ジで
gonna
お
lie
る
to you. Probably
マジで
nothing.
おるマジでおる何してんの何してんのはどういうこと何してんのはマジでおるなんか
Standing up, maybe.
なんかおるんよちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待ってちょっと待って
That is so fake, bro.
The thermal camera captures a heat pattern that resembles a human shape. But when Takeuchi looks around with his own naked eye, he can't see anyone. Suddenly the figure charges toward Takeuchi, and in a panic, the investigator runs for his life. And with this,
kinda jogs
Takeuchi
slightly,
has had
actually.
enough and just leaves. So could this be the angry spirit of a villager who passed away in the old abandoned Shiriwa village? Let me know what you think. You can watch this entire spooky investigation over on the YouTube channel, Takeuchi Camera. If you found a great ghost video online or recorded one yourself, please send it my way at nukestop5@gmail.com. Slipping through the trees. A little while ago, I featured the creepy story of Lauren Combs, who over the course of a year captured multiple mysterious unexplained events in her home in Waco, Texas.
Did you do that?
A string. That one was easy. Malfunctioning doorbell. That one's also easy. Another string? Or her cat, maybe. Crickets, so scary.
Oh my god.
Now,
Not a
since
voice.
these terrifying events, Lauren has installed a new security camera in her backyard. Because eerily, a lot of the strange activity at her home seems to take place in the wooded area just behind her house. So late one night, Lauren is hanging out and casually playing some Call of Duty with her roommate when their dogs begin to totally freak out for no apparent reason. What happens next is all caught on camera.
No way they're barking because they're dogs. Oh, they said no.
The dogs all seem freaked out by something that is going on outside the house. So Lauren checks her outside security cameras and sees something that chills her to her core.
What is that? It's a skinwalker. What is it? What's it supposed to be? Another dog?
Someone or something can be seen quickly pacing or maybe even running back and forth along the tree line.
Looks like it's
in
phasing
Lauren's
in and out of
backyard.
reality.
Lauren has no idea who or what this could be and is extremely disturbed by the whole experience, especially after everything else that has happened in the past.
Yeah.
So just what do you
I would
think
be
is
too.
going on here? And what is this? The flyby.
I don't know how to explain that. That was a boo from Mario.
This next video was recorded by pilot Cesar Murillo Perez, who was flying an Airbus A320 passenger jet at 29,000 feet in the sky above Medellin, Colombia. He suddenly spots something very unusual. He grabs his phone and starts to record.
Whoa, what? He's the pilot? That's legal? Clouds. Oh, dude, that
An
is
unknown
so
dark
CGI.
round object can be seen flying above the clouds at 29,000 feet.
So
The pilot says that he
CGI.
has no idea what this object could be, and the footage still remains a mystery. So, let me know your theories and ideas on just
CGI or world's smallest meteor.
what this is. Thank you so much for watching. As I say again and again, my uploads get
Well, I think that was a pretty good video for today. We got 2 videos instead of 1 today. So, yeah. I'm going to leave this here. Hopefully, I'll get more videos, not just scary videos, out soon. So, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what else you want me to record.